type of education sector in West Bengal, having 7 engineering colleges, 2 management colleges, law colleges, hotel management college, aviation college, diploma engineering colleges, etc., international schools, series of preschools, etc. The group plans to open at least 15 more international schools across West Bengal. Camellia College of Competitive Examinations, through its learning centers spread throughout West Bengal, helps to prepare thousands of students for successfully clearing government jobs examinations. Camellia Technocrat is another initiative of the group through which skill development and vocational courses are offered to make today's youth more employable in different sectors. More than 300 crores has been invested by the group in the field of education. Camellia Group has made its foray in the field of healthcare by establishing a medical hub in Budbud Bardwan, which is under construction. Camellia Institute of Medical Science and Research will have a 500-bedded super specialty hospital catering to the primary, secondary and tertiary health care needs of the neighboring populations and the neighboring districts also. This will be reinforced by medical tourism, making available group's own helicopter through air ambulance services. The proposed medical hub is coming up in Budbud, spreading across 100 bighas of land besides NH2. 3 more proposals have been submitted by the group to Government of West Bengal for opening medical college in other parts of the state. Healthcare domain has attracted approximately rupees 500 crores of investment, and Camellia Group is committed in making more investment in this domain through PPP mode with Government of West Bengal. Hospitality is another sector where Camellia Group has 2 star hotels, 1 corporate club and chain of restaurants in different parts of the Bengal, and is planning to have another 5 hotels in near future, investing around 300 crores. Another sectors where Camellia Group is working for last 20 years is real estate, has successfully completed more than 20 lakhs of square feet and presently has undertaken more than 8 lakhs of square feet in different parts of Bengal, naming Camellia Metro City, Camellia City Barasat and Camellia Heritage. Camellia Group has established their presence in the aviation sector also. They have their own 5 Cessna aircrafts, 174 and 152, has own helicopter also, through which they are providing pilot training, and they have a project for regional airlines in near future. Camellia Group has been successful till date in procuring land directly from the landowners. Land has never been a constant for doing any project in Bengal. Without any problem, successfully the group has acquired the land. Today, Camellia Group has nearly thousands of acres of land for development of various projects. All statutory approvals were given by the government in a time-bound manner. Moreover, recently the government amended the age-old Land Act of 1955 and announced a new land policy. The new land policy has allowed industry to hold excess land over the ceiling limit. Over more than 1100 crore rupees has already been invested in various projects by the group, and another 1000 crores is in the pipeline for different projects with our NRI partners. This has been possible because of NRI cell created by Government of West Bengal, which provide a single window cell at WBIDC for NRI investors who are willing to invest in Bengal in a speedy, hassle-free environment. The website for NRI portal, nriwestbengal.government.in, provides all the necessary details to an investor who are interested to invest in Bengal. Moreover, the government has announced an updated and new West Bengal State Support Industrial Scheme, WBSSIS 2013 for the industry. A huge number of incentives offered in the scheme are in terms of stamp duty, registration cost, VAT relief and refunds, electricity duty, waiver, lease of land rates, etc. Total now the total investment committed by the group in near future is around 2,300 crores, approximately $350 million. Some of the trust areas which provide ample operations for the NRI investments are as follows: petrochemicals and downstream industries, electronics and information technology, textiles, leather and leather products, fruit processing, edible oil, vegetable, development of medical plants, rubber, palm oil, tea, etc. Before concluding, I would like to state that West Bengal is changing rapidly. Under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister and her court team, the state is growing very rapidly on the growth path, and expansion of Camellia Group is a life success story for future reference. So I take this opportunity and request all my NRI friends to come and be a part of this success story and explore unlimited possibilities in our state. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dotto. I'm sure our NRI delegates will take a cue from your presentation and will look at West Bengal from a different perspective. Now, may I invite Mr. Sudesh Agarwal, Chairman, Indian Business and Professional Council, UAE, and Mr. K.M. Varghese, Acting President, Indian Business and Professional Network, Qatar, to come to the dais. We shall continue with our presentation, and this program will continue. Mr. Agarwal, please.
Distinguished guests on the dais and the patient listeners. I think this has been a little extended session, and I must admit that my focus has not been really 100%. And I'm sure that maybe what I say, I would like request you to keep the focus what I say. I will be brief, because maybe there is one more speaker before lunch break. I think it is a testing time, particularly when even the air conditioning is not working. It's a testing time. I'm here from the Indian Business and Professional Council in Sharjah. I also had the India Trade and Exhibition Center, and also the chairman for the Indian Business Leaders Forum in UAE. As an Indian Business Leaders Forum, we have 42 members. We employ more than 300,000 people together in about 9 countries. This is a group which is just engaged in building brand India, because they are competent enough themselves to develop their business and invest themselves. As a business council and as a India Trade and Exhibition Center, which are not-for-profit organizations, I must tell you that. We devote our time, we devote our resources to promote trade and investment, trade and commerce, and I'm very pleased to announce that we have been able to set up on the border with Dubai and Sharjah an institution called India Trade and Exhibition Center. India Trade and Exhibition Center, it has been set up with the approval from the Ministry of Commerce, Government of India, and we as a private people actually have funded the establishment of that institution. And it is a not-for-profit. We want to facilitate. We want to facilitate those people from West Bengal, those businessmen from West Bengal who wants to take advantage of expanding their business from the horizons of West Bengal. At a very nominal cost, you can come down there, test the market, You need no licenses. You need no local partner. Nothing. You just come there with we arrange your visa, we arrange everything, we provide you the office, we provide you the desk, we give you the guidance, and you test your markets of the Middle East, North African countries, and UAE. And if you are okay, then you move ahead along. If you see the picture here, this is the building of the India Trade and Exhibition Center, and we facilitate all of it. And also we facilitate holding the exhibitions. You want to hold a promotional exhibition, you want to have an office over there, you want to have a trade license over there, and do your business, we facilitate all of that. India Trade Center and Indian Business and Professional Council in Sharjah is to facilitate two-way trade. This is the one aspect of it where we facilitate the outflow or the people who wants to expand their business in the overseas market. But at the same time, we also facilitate those people who want to invest in India. Those who want to invest in India, we have our own officers, and they can choose any state. They want to go to any state, they want to come to West Bengal, we provide them the facilities. And actually, to the minister, I told that, look, if you want to really take the West Bengal investments into West Bengal, then we can facilitate you station an officer in UAE to cover all the Bengalis who want to invest or the other investors who want to invest, so that there is a consistent effort. I think if we are able to do that, then we should be able to actually increase the bilateral trade between India and UAE and India-West Bengal, and from UAE and other states into West Bengal. I think this is something which is very interesting, and we are there to facilitate that. I won't take much of your time, and with this, I have not actually shown any presentation, because I said that these presentations you can actually take it from us, and you can download, go to India Trade and Exhibition Center, ITEC ME website, and you will have all the presentation. You can go through what is the facilities offers. You can have the tour of the center electronically. I think these are the facilities you can have. But one thing I want to conclude with you, that if you want to looking to develop your overseas markets, remember us. And if anybody who wants to really invest into West Bengal or in India, we are there to facilitate that. With this note, thank you very much.
I'm not seeing where is the Qatar?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Varghese, KM Varghese. I am coming from Qatar, state of Qatar, which is most of you may be knowing, but those who have not heard where Qatar is, it's near Saudi Arabia and bordering Dubai, UAE as well. It's a small country. And my role here actually has two aspects. One is representing a company which is called Intertech Group, which is coming here to look at the opportunities in West Bengal, which I have heard along with other overseas delegates already. My second role is that I am representing Indian Business and Professional Network, which is similar to what we just heard in Sharjah and UAE, the body in Qatar, which is under the aegis of Indian Embassy. We have three organizations there mainly, apex bodies. One is in culture, another is in charity, another is in business. I represent the business one, and the aim of this presentation is to tell you what state of Qatar, which is a small but very progressive and modern state, can offer to investors from West Bengal back to Qatar and generally, of course, from India to Qatar. The role of IBPN is exactly what Mr. Sudesh Agarwal just mentioned, is to facilitate the bridge between the India here in case of West Bengal and state of Qatar. For established business houses here in Qatar, in West Bengal, with the technical know-how, manpower, can come to Qatar and establish the business there or have a branch office and sell their products and services there. And IBPN will facilitate all what is needed in terms of logistics, in terms of visa, in terms of advice, what kind of ambience we have in Qatar. And I don't want to go into detail about the environment of business investment in Qatar because it's a long presentation giving you an idea about what's the taxation in Qatar, what are the area where foreigners can invest. Because we are already late, I'll just brief this through as a just gist of it. That state of Qatar is a very rich country in terms of GDP growth and in terms of purchasing parity of individuals per capita, the largest in the world. We have a huge projects going on there because you all may be knowing that state of Qatar has been selected as the host city for FIFA World Cup final in the year 2022. So we have a lot of infrastructure projects going on there. And it's not a manufacturing country, so there is a lot of opportunity for manufacturing as well there. Just to give you an idea of some of the projects going on there, we have new seaport coming, we have new airport coming, 12 stadiums coming, 2 or 3 power plants coming, 2 or 3 highways coming. Everything what a country needs, that particular country is now building from now till 2022. The total investment the state of Qatar is investing in these kind of projects to the tune of more than $100 billion, not million, $1 billion. And what do they need? Partners. Partners where, if you take one project, you need more than 100 partners. In technical know-how, in services, in consultancy, in construction, everywhere. And we are there as IBPN to help you if you find an opportunity in Qatar to come. This afternoon when we are here, my friends are here from Qatar as well. When we meet, we will be discussing both. What can we do to West Bengal and what are the opportunities in Qatar where we can help you as business houses, even if you are small or big or in any field, we would be there to facilitate that, to tap that opportunity to invest there. State of Qatar gives even 100% ownership in certain sectors for foreign investors. Tax is one of the lowest, custom duty one of the lowest, and all other facilities given by a normal investing country, Qatar government also gives. Plus one of the most stable, politically stable country. There are many, many advantages. I don't want to take long. The message is very simple. We are here to invest in West Bengal and at the same time to give you the opportunities and show you the opportunities what we have in the state of Qatar. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are breaking for lunch. Since we are running behind schedule, we will have a cartled lunch. May we request you all to assemble at this room, at the Williamson Megger Hall at around 3:10. We'll request you to assemble in this room at 3:10. WBIDC MD will come and make announcement and facilities we have in West Bengal. So you're requested to please come to this room at 3:10. We'll also explain the procedure we are following for the B2B meetings. Thank you. May we request Mr. Das Gupta to please present memento to our dignitaries on the dais. To fine. Hello to Mr. Roy. No, I mean to Mr. Shomit Roy. Shomit Roy is rolling to Mr. N.R. Dotto. To Mr. Shudip Dotto. To Mr. Sudesh Agarwal. To Mr. K.M. Varghese. And to Mr. Amitabh Mojumdar. Ladies and gentlemen, we are assembling in this room at 3:10. We have a presentation from the Managing Director of WBIDC, Dr. Krishna Gupta. Dr. Gupta is here with us. We are waiting for the other delegates to join us who are having lunch. And in the meantime, let us start our introduction round. May I request Mr. Hassan Chogle to introduce himself and say a few words about himself. A hand mic, please, for Mr. Chogle.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Hassan Chogle. I am basically from Bombay, Maharashtra. I am in Qatar for past 36 years. I am in the business in electrical, education and hospitality. That's all. Thank you.
May we request Dr. Gautam Basu to say a few words about himself?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Gautam Basu. I am a consultant plastic surgeon. I am a British national. I was in UK for 12 years, and at the moment I'm practicing as a plastic surgeon in Bahrain, Middle East. We have a small company in UK called Vision Aesthetics UK Limited, and we have a project to build a trauma and surgical specialty care hospital in Kolkata. We have already got the land, and we are just preparing to start construction. It will be in Rajarhat. Thank you.
May I request Mr. M.S. Bukhari to please say a few words about himself?
About myself. Good evening, Calcutta. This is my second visit to Calcutta, and I am further impressed by the hospitality, the development, and after seeing and watching this today's event and show, quite inclined to do something not only at unilateral but bilateral level. My name M.S. Bukhari, almost 30 years in Qatar. Originally I belong to Delhi. Now my businesses, I have 4 companies in Qatar. One is Satco International, in which we are the pioneers and specialists in waterproofing business and thermal insulation business, and that is our face. We are into air conditioning, we are into civil construction and infrastructure contracting. Other than that is a wide range of building materials, trading. We import thousands and thousands of different kind of materials from all over the world, including India, and we sell to the projects there. The other company is specialized also is another kind of construction chemicals and specialized roofing works, for which also we are a pioneer in Qatar, and dealing in specialized additives and chemicals, which we started manufacturing also with the partnership of a company from Germany by the name of Henkel, which is a worldwide name and a very branded and established name all over the world. Third company is Choice Group, in which we are dealing with IT, low current wiring systems like fire alarms and firefightings, and we do the projects over there. And at the same time we have real estate as well in this company. And I have some interest in Delhi, in Madhya Pradesh, in Texas, also in United States of America. So this is what is happening as far as now is concerned. What I am interested in is to do something in West Bengal and Calcutta, and after listening to all the speeches and all the presentations, would be interested in making some investments here in some food processing industry, and especially with the people who are already into it and who would like to expand or go further in the business. Myself and two of my friends also sitting over here would be interested in that. Other than that, I also invite the people of the common interests in the areas and the fields I am in whatever way, if they want to come and join hands in some way or other. I can provide the infrastructure, I can provide the base, I can provide good opportunities, I can provide advices and for Qatar. So be my guest, and I would love to have you guys over there, to let it be on the bilateral side, what we do over here in West Bengal General or Calcutta in particular, and any one of you to come down to Doha. Please be in contact with me. My company profiles are here, and I can leave it with Mr. Nilangshu Dey. If anybody is interested, can have the copies from there. Thank you very much.
May we request Mr. J. Shorkar to please say a few words, Mr. Joy Shorkar.
Good afternoon. Let me, before I say something, I just arrived today. I'm from Toronto, Canada. And in Canada, particularly in Toronto, last about 72 hours, we had a tremendously snowstorm. And I was with my family, my wife and my daughter came. We were sitting in the plane for 30 hours. So I was supposed to come here 2 days before. I just arrived around 11:15 and the car was waiting. So I told the family, just you go to the room, let me take a quick shower. I took a shower and I almost felt sleepy right here, sitting. So you can understand. Let me just very quickly, I'm not going to go very long because I've been to Qatar, I've been to Dubai, and I have numerous times explained exactly what we are doing, what we want to do in West Bengal. But very briefly, let me give you a bird's eye view, a snapshot. Who is J. Sarkar? Very quickly, I will tell you. I left the country to Toronto, Canada in '77. I was about 22 and a half years old. Just got a graduation in electrical engineering from Ranchi University. Worked my way up, worked hard. I become, in 1998, I become senior vice president of a company called Syntrax Limited, a very high-tech scientific instrumentation company. I was not quite satisfied, so one day I decided to acquire the company. After a serious bargain for almost 2 years, I was able to acquire the company and rename the company